Hello, welcome back to TFP, a weekly news podcast in which we give our thoughts, feelings, and emotions on latest gaming, film, tech, streaming news, and other fandom crap we feel like. I am your host, Dan, and I'm joining you as always by my co-host, Danny.
Hello.
And in this week's episode, we are talking about a Pinocchio threesome, loot box crackdown, and someone threw a cake at some art.
You changed my titling.
No?
Did I write that?
Yeah,
I don't remember writing Threesome.
that's because I changed it.
Yeah, I figured.
First off, we are going into rapid reviews, but we're going to keep this fairly rapid in the sense we've got 5 episodes to recover. Oh, recover? Go over. Cover. Whatever. Of Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 2 and 3. The Boys, episode 1, 2, and 3. So we start off with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, you didn't watch episode 2.
I didn't. Episode 2, it's pretty decent. It's a pretty decent show. I don't really remember it, to be honest with you. I don't remember why. It was on Friday. I watched it, but...
Episode 2 was. Episode 3 was on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm a bit shocked about that one. Because didn't episode 1 and 2 come on Friday?
Yeah, but they delayed it from Wednesday to Friday for some reason. We don't know why. And then they just moved it back to Wednesday afterwards, so... Who knows? Well, it was weird because they had it technically released on the 45th anniversary if they did it on the Wednesday. And then everyone was like, oh, they've moved it so that they can announce some really big news. And then they didn't announce any big news. So it's like, I wonder why they've delayed it 2 days.
Yeah, so
Maybe.
I watched episode 2 this week, and episode 3, we get to finally see Darth Vader in action.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Massive spoilers. I don't know, it was a spoiler, to be honest with you.
Well, no, it's been a while and everyone's seen it, probably. If you haven't watched it, then you don't care about Star Wars that much.
No, exactly. Also, that was in the trailer. It's not like it's any big news.
Yeah.
And it was news anyway that Darth Vader was in there before the trailer, so...
I'm enjoying it. I wouldn't say this was the story I was expecting them to take, but I'll see it through to the end. That's about it. We'll give you a full spoiler review soon.
It's still better than the sequels.
It's still better than Boba Fett.
And it's better than Boba Fett. That is the benchmark. If it's better than Boba Fett, it's all good.
Speaking of things that are better than Boba Fett, though, Dan, and pretty much better than most things out at the moment.
Yes, that is The Boys, because episode 1, 2, and 3 have all dropped at the same time. And I don't understand this show. It just seems to get better every new season.
Yeah, it's like every episode gets better and better and better. And I am graciously waiting till the end of this show, and then their announcement of season 4, hopefully.
I hope season 4 is the last season, in the greatest respect of things.
No, I hope they keep going forever and then never let it die.
Yeah, sure.
I hope this becomes the Amazon MCU.
No, I've learned to respect
I hope
endings.
they cross it over with Invincible and they kick it into the dirt and we get spin-off after spin-off after spin-off with each character getting their own spin-off show. And we're getting that primary school spin-off still. We've had Diabolical. We're gonna get more and more. This is
we may get more spin-offs, but I think this is... I want The Boys to end the season 4.
No, 5. Make it nice.
Maybe 5. 4 or 5, but no more than 5 though. 5 is the maximum, I think. Otherwise, that point
again,
drags.
Once it's all out, we'll do a full review.
Yeah, we're not going to cover too much, but go watch it if you're not underage.
Fuck it. Even if you're underage, go watch it.
I do not condone that. You may condone that. I don't want to get cancelled.
Fuck it. Kids are going to see weirdest shit on the internet. This is just a step in that direction. It might unleash a new fetish for them.
Well, for kids?
Yeah.
I do not condone this.
Neither do I. But kids are going to watch it regardless. There's no parental locks on Amazon. So
Alright, before we go into more cancel territory, let's go into Stream That Movie News Into My Head, where we have a trio of Pinocchio trailers. All different things.
Yes. Well, we've already covered one ages ago, and one came out a while ago, and then Disney released its Pinocchio. And they're all coming out in 2022, Dan. Did you ever think we'd be this spoilt for choice for Pinocchio?
Yes, well, have you ever wanted more Pinocchio stuff? Have you ever wanted more Pinocchio stuff?
No. I don't even like the original.
No, me neither. It's not the greatest of things.
Well, the only one of these I'm actually looking forward to is probably the Netflix one, because it's got Ewan McGregor as the voice of, like, Jiminy Cricket. The Disney one looks terrible. The Polly Shore one looks terrible. And, yeah. Disney's is just, like, live action. It's their continuation of live action, taking their original franchises and just turning them into quotation marks, live action remakes where it's still CGI characters. They're not like getting an actual puppet, which I'm disappointed in. And then having a small child painted to look like a puppet.
Yeah, it's a bit of
I think they're cheating.
Possibly. But like you said, I don't really care about any of this.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny there's 3 of them in the same year.
Yeah, it's for whatever reason the world has decided that we need 3 Pinocchio movies, all at the same time, all in the same year.
Well, ironically, the 3 Pinocchio trailers were not the worst one of the week. Where I would say the worst trailer of the week was Gotham Knights from the CW.
I never watched this. What was this?
Do you know what the game is doing?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but just awful. And so of the CW.
Hang on, let me look this up.
It's not good in the slightest. It's sort
Gotham
of
Knights CW.
It's a CW show. That's exactly what it is. It's
4
classic
days
CW,
ago.
like
Okay.
Riverdale or anything.
Oh, yeah, it does look like Riverdale.
Yeah.
There's sex. You don't have sex in Batman shows.
Yeah, so Batman's dead in this show as
Oh.
sort of the Gotham Knights persona.
In the afterproof Bruce Wayne's murder, his rebellious adopted son forges an unlikely alliance with the children of the Batman's enemies when they're all framed for killing the Caped Crusader. Oh. Oh no.
Yeah,
This does-
it's sort of... And people's main criticism of this is...
I keep forgetting YouTube got rid of the dislike button, so you can't see how badly people hate this.
Well, given the fact it has 472,000 views, it only has 8,000 likes.
Yes.
Work that out. Yeah, so people hate this is because the whole premise of the show is that people believe a bunch of kids killed Batman. A bunch of kids with, I think, no powers killed Batman. Now, does that sound ridiculous?
Yeah. But I mean, this version of Batman seems to go down like a bitch, so...
Yeah, also people keep saying that the CW hate Batman because they just keep killing him off and everything. Or make him just abandon the city or just general things.
Well, yeah, because I doubt Warner Brothers is letting them use Batman because they want to use him for other better properties and they don't want the name tarnished. But now they're tarnishing it because they're not letting them use him.
And other people are pissed because they cancelled loads of shows to promote this.
Oh yeah, because they got rid of
They got rid of
Batwoman.
and
They got rid of the...
Legends of Tomorrow.
That's the other one. Yeah, they got rid of a load of stuff. Yeah.
They got rid of a few more as well, but yeah. Just to promote this. And it is awful.
Is Riverdale CW?
Yep.
Oh. That's why it looks so rich boy arsehole-y.
Yes, because it's a CW show. They're all the same.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'll never watch this.
To be fair, at least I think Legends of Tomorrow was slightly different. It was just ridiculous in every sense of the word.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, could be worse. We could probably watch it and hate our lives.
Hey,
But we're not
well,
going
I'm
to.
not watching that.
I'm not going to. I don't even know how it get. Like, if it comes on, I think we normally get them through Netflix, right?
Sky, normally.
Oh, was Titans not CW?
Titans in CW.
Oh.
That's HBO Max. Oh, no, well, it was DC Universe.
Oh.
It's now HBO Max.
Fair enough.
So
I don't have Sky, so fuck that. But
Well,
speaking of things we've
carry on
seen-
with the depressing news. Morbius has come back to theaters due to memes.
Yes, it's morbing time.
Yeah, the Matt Smith? The
Matt Smith.
The Matt Smith dancing meme. I think I've seen a lot on Reddit.
See, I was unaware of this until like 2 days ago, and then I was like, oh, the internet isn't joking, but they are joking, and everyone wants it to come back. And then Sony went, well, let's do it. Let's bring it back to cinemas. And hey, guess what? It fucking flopped again.
Yeah, it made $85,000. But to be honest, that's 85,000. I know people are saying like
More...
that's not a lot, right? I know that's not a lot in terms of films, but that's $85,000 more dollars they have now than what they would have
across 1,000 cinemas.
It's still more money.
Oh yeah, no, it helps push it. Probably. I want to know what is its box office at the moment.
It's low, but still $85,000. That's a lot of money.
Its box office is 163.3 million.
What was the budget for
It's-
Morbius?
75 to 83 million.
It's gonna get a sequel, isn't it?
Well, no, because it's not broken even. Because you have to remember that whilst the budget was 75 to 83 million, the marketing is the same amount of money put on top. So it's not made any money because they normally pay about the same to market it. So It's like maybe broken even, but not made any money on top of it.
Okay, yeah. So reportedly, Sony.
But I think it has been. I think it has been greenlit for a sequel.
Sony have spent about $225 million on Morbius.
Yeah, I think it's been greenlit for a sequel though.
Yeah.
Because Sony takes the wrong lessons from anything. Oh, also Jared Leto tweeted about the meme, and then it has pretty much died. So, because he posted, I think, a video of him with the script for Morbius 2. It's morbing time, and everyone went, right, that's done. We're good. We don't like this anymore. It's that Toy Story meme where, nope, I've picked up the toy and I'm dropping it. I'm done with you. I don't need to play with you anymore.
I don't think anyone wants Morbius 2.
No, we didn't even want Morbius 1.
That is true. To be honest, I wouldn't mind Morbius 2 if they recast it.
Swap Matt Smith. Just have it suddenly that Matt Smith reincarnates, cracks Morbius's head off, and then just...
becomes Morbius.
Yeah, drinks his blood, because it's the exact same thing. They're both living vampires, because one's not an actual vampire. They're just people who took vampire serum thing.
Yeah,
so you can still... You just don't call it Morbius, you call it Matt Smithbius, the living vampire.
Morbius, Matt Smith. That's the title of the sequel. Well, next up on some other random streaming news, Netflix is cracking down on what they let content creators do.
Don't call movie directors content creators.
Didn't know how else to put it.
No, because... if you ever said to fucking James Cameron or someone like that you're a content creator, they would snap your neck. So the studio is basically adjusting to a new set of realities as it readies a 200 million plus The Grey Man movie from the Avengers people. So basically they're just kind of cracking down on whether or not they're going to just let big directors come in and take massive budgets. And as many as they've been letting, because you're like the Irishman and all of that, and every like big name director like coming in and just taking Netflix for like 200 million and then just having their movie do all right.
I think that makes sense. I think this is to do with probably Netflix losing money a lot of the time.
Oh yeah,
because Netflix has a habit of just losing money.
Oh yeah, well it's a company that just burns money because all it is investor money. It doesn't have any sort of like profiteering because it doesn't have ads. The ads it does have is it's for its own shows because that's the appeal of Netflix. The only thing they can do is sell your data, like what you're watching and what you do. I'm sure they do on their originals.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure Stranger Things has a fuck ton of product placement that people like Coca-Cola, I'm sure, has paid a lot of money to be sat forefront. But yeah, as it moves forward, Netflix wants to focus on making bigger movies, making better movies, and releasing fewer than it previously did at a gluttonous pace. Just a few years, we were struggling to out-monetize the market on little art films, Netflix. So basically, they just want to make big blockbuster movies, but make less of them. And they're not going to make as many smaller budget, which is not great.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this.
It's weird. Netflix is just doing a lot of things that just don't make sense.
As long as they keep Arcane, I am happy.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing I'm going to watch. I haven't even watched Stranger Things yet.
Oh, I've never watched Stranger Things. It doesn't appeal to me. It's one of those shows that everyone says would appeal to me, and I'm just like, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I don't... It seems like a show that's built on nostalgia, and I don't like that.
Why would it be built on nostalgia?
Because it's like 80s nostalgia because it's set around that time period.
Yeah, but I like it, and I wasn't born in the 80s.
Yeah, but I don't care about any of it.
It's not really, I don't think. It's more based on the horror side of things.
Yeah, but I don't really care about horror.
No, neither do I, but it's still a decent show.
I'm sure I will watch it eventually.
No, you won't.
I may one day just sit down and binge it all.
No, you won't.
And then I'll go, oh, that was a waste of my time.
You're more likely to watch all the animes on Crunchyroll than you are to watch Stranger Things.
Well, considering I don't think I've watched any of Netflix's live-action shows.
Yeah.
I've only ever really watched the... I just never did. I just always put them in my watch list and go, ugh, I'll get around to it. And then I never do. And then the new cool animated thing comes out and I'm like, oh, sick, I'll watch that. Or a comedy special comes out and I'll watch that.
Haven't
No,
even
just
watched Squid Game, have you?
Nope. Everyone is
I'm not
shocked and
spoiled for you now.
disbelief.
I was like, you know everything happens now.
I know everything that happens in Stranger Things. I know everything that happens is like in Orange is the New Black. People just tell me shit. And because I've not watched it and I don't care, I'm just like, yeah, sure, tell me. Like Game of Thrones. I know so much about Game of Thrones and I've never watched it.
But I think you talked about Game of Thrones before, and you say if you watched it now, you wouldn't find it very interesting. Or
No, I don't think I'd care about the ending.
no, but that's probably.
I think it'd
because-
just probably be a plateau of all of it's about the same.
Yeah, but I think it'd be different for you than everyone else because everyone else lived through everything.
Yeah.
If you lived through it and didn't have anything spoiled,
Yeah.
then you would find
I
them.
do not say these shows are bad. I'm just saying I have no interest in them. It's like watching The Umbrella Academy or other things like that. I'm just like, these shows do appeal to me, like would probably appeal to me. I just have no interest in watching them. I will watch them eventually. They're not priorities on my lists.
Well, talking about priorities, the BBC in England has changed their
Not
priority.
big black cocks.
No, the British Broadcasting Corporation.
Yes. Big black cocks announced raft
Yes.
of closures.
Yeah, so they're changing their structure again. They've recently brought BBC Three back to TV, and they're changing that by putting BBC Four on online and CBBC
And-
online.
Which means they've blocked their children's content from being on free TV to now being on the free online.
I kind of do understand that. Because I've seen most kids I know, sort of young age, they watch everything on their tablets. Their parents give them a tablet and they just shove them in the corner.
Oh yeah, I kind of get it, but I also think, my childhood was growing up with it on the TV, so...
Yeah, no, so is mine, but
Also, I think it's better if it's on the TV because they can't then just go to another thing. Like, if they see an ad or something, then I don't know, the British Broadcasting Company doesn't do ads because it's government paid, so they don't need to do ads. But
what's government
they're
paid
still-
for now?
Yes. They can't not get rid of... They can't unfund the BBC. That'd be
No,
ridiculous.
Well, they might do. They've
Well, they want
frozen
to
it.
privatize... Yeah, well... Think of how much they've made from the Queen.
Nothing. They've made absolutely nothing from it.
Exactly. They're probably pissed.
Yeah. Imagine
Channel
you had
4's
ads here.
Yeah, imagine Channel 4 is raking it in whilst they're sat there going, God damn it, why? We're for the Queen and we're paying all this money to host the Queen and then we're not getting anything from it. God damn it. Did you watch anything about the Queen?
No. I mean, I saw a clip of Paddington meeting the Queen.
Right. I
And-
saw it. I was told that there was a video of the Queen in front of the crown jewels, and someone said, can we move the crown jewels to get a cleaner picture? And this guy with fancy gloves and everything was going to go and pick it up, and the Queen just picks it up and moves it. And it's like, yeah, fuck you, I can do this. They're my fucking jewels. So I'm like, full respect to Lizzie there.
Do you know I haven't fact checked this, but apparently the Queen's like the 15th richest person in the world.
I doubt that. How rich is the Queen? 600 million. She also holds nearly 28 billion in assets belonging to the Crown Estate.
I think that's what we're talking about, the Crown Estate.
Yeah.
The Crown Estate is like the 15th billion, the 15th richest. What, 88 billion?
28 billion. 88?
No, hers is 28. It's all of
Yeah.
it combined.
Well, yeah, but she holds only 28. So the royal family is probably one of the richest things.
Oh, no, sorry, the whole royal family is 88 billion,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
88 billion of taxpayers' money.
Mm-hmm. Overthrow the monarchy. Put it all in the NHS. Boom. Solved.
Yeah, apart from it doesn't technically work because it's just 88 billion in assets. So it's
Also,
not-
you lose the tourist attraction.
Yeah, I don't know what the upkeep is of the royal family each year.
Also, I'm pretty sure the royal family refuses to let minorities and things in the workers, like servants and cleaners and things like that.
I'm not sure. There is definitely some racists in the monarchy. And
pedophiles.
And pedophiles of Prince Andrew.
Yes.
Good evening, Prince Andrew. Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Bet he was there, now celebrating, looking at little George,
Can't
going,
do that. I was
"Yeah,
going to say a
have
joke,
fun
but
family night tonight, eh, lads?"
I was going to say a joke, and I've decided to not say that joke.
Whisper it to me.
No.
You can just cut it out. Whisper it.
No. I'm not doing it. No way am I
You're
doing
no
it.
fun.
Well, let's go on to Oh So Meta / No Effing Thanks, where reports show scammers are cashing in on the crypto craze.
Yeah, so the Federal Trade Commission has released data about how much crypto has been stolen in the last couple years. So let's just go through 2018. About 12 million cryptocurrency was stolen. 2019, 33 million was stolen. 2020, about 130 million was stolen. 2021, 680 million was stolen. And in the first quarter of 2022, 329 million was stolen.
In total, it's been over $1 billion.
Yes. But in the first quarter of this year, just under half of what was taken in 2021 has been stolen in crypto assets.
Yes, also when people say stolen, it's actually crypto scams. It's like, pay me this much crypto for ransom or something.
And then I'll give you back whatever I've taken. Or
yes, didn't the NHS get crypto scams?
I'm sure everyone's been crypto. Yeah, it's been a lot.
Like scammers were like, oh, we've got access to the whole of the UK's data. Give us money.
Yeah. It's easy because so much of our thing is just there. And then if like so much stuff is like so many companies are still running on like Windows 7 and Windows Vista and below, and they don't have up-to-date IT services because it's old people who don't realize how easy it is to get scammed by technology. So we have like hospitals and stuff running on the old systems, and then they've got so many security flaws. People just go, well, these can be strangleholded, and they're really important, so people will pay the money to get these back in line, because otherwise people would die.
Yeah. They also announced what are the top frauds causing these cryptocurrency losses. The top most one that stole the most money of $575 million is investment-related fraud. So I imagine this is saying, if you invest X amount with me, then you will...
Every YouTuber who promotes a cryptocurrency and then has it plunged in...
I have never seen a YouTuber promote a cryptocurrency.
They do.
Not what have I ever seen.
Loads of them are doing it. Like, they're doing it to small children. They're promoting it and going, hey, look, I've invested in this. If you invest in it, we can get it so high. And then they just pump and dump them. They're all just pump and dumps.
The next one on the list was romance scams. About 185 million.
I imagine that's like
it's
catfishing.
Swindler. He's back.
Never watched it.
It's very unsatisfying, the documentary, because he was never really caught.
Well, I think he came out and said he didn't like the show because it painted him in a bad light.
He did. He was going to say he's going to sue Netflix for defamation.
Well, we can get to defamation in a minute.
Oh, yeah. We've got to talk about that, haven't we?
Yeah. We'll put it in Weird, Wacky, Wonderful. Sure.
That's coming up. If you know what you mean. What do you mean?
Shut up. Just move on.
It's not working for me today. So let's go on to we've lost the controller of the news. With Fallen Order sequel, Star Wars Jedi Survivor has been officially announced and set for 2023. I believe this came out last week and we missed it.
Well, I forgot to put it in. I knew it happened and I forgot to put it in. So basically I was just like, well, we'll do it this week.
Yes,
because I know you care.
Yes, so
because you
actually
like
watching
this game.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, I was thinking of this game because it's set in the same time period.
Well, and the actor looks like the guy.
That's true. I actually really want that actor to be in Obi-Wan. I really hope he is.
That's what everyone's predicting is like a thing.
I'm not predicting it. I think you can't predict.
People are because
I know
they're like,
people are,
oh,
but
time.
That's leading yourself up for disappointment. Because if it doesn't happen, then you'll be upset.
That's how people act. It's like
I
Marvel,
know.
Star
So
Wars,
I'm not
DC,
predicting
everything.
it. I'm saying if it does happen, it will be fantastic. I'm not expecting it to.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do about the sequel, but to be honest, the gameplay mechanics was fantastic.
I know the Grand Inquisitor is in it.
Oh, in the game?
Yeah, they've shown a screenshot of him, which, if you've watched Obi-Wan, may lead to some questions. And if you've watched Rebels or something, because people are upset because it changes some timeline stuff.
Oh yeah, Grand Inquisitor, isn't there? Yeah,
That's the one. What did I say? Grand Master?
No, I'm sure you said Grand Inquisitor.
I think I said Inquisitor. Oh well.
Yes, it is the exact same one that is in Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in it. I am definitely interested, and I will be playing it.
Maybe you'll meet Reva in it.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to probably pre-order it because I'm a cheapskate and like to get my games cheap.
But you now have a PlayStation 5, so you can play it day of, and you'll actually be able to run it.
I imagine it'll be on EA Game Pass eventually, won't it?
Probably. Which is also on PlayStation.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, it might be. It's not at the moment. I think it's Ubisoft's one that's on it. If you get PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Which is coming out soon. 2 weeks, I think.
Wow, there's actually been some other industry shake-up this week of loot boxes. Now, this has been circling for a long time, where multiple different countries have had sort of debates on what to do about it, because at the end of the day, a loot box is gambling. If you buy a crate and you get a random item out of it, that is gambling.
Yes.
So the question is it gambling because you're not, or the loophole that the games use is you're buying it with in-game currency, so therefore you're not gambling.
But you're paying real money for that currency.
Yeah, exactly. So you're buying currency. Oh, you know what you're getting, but you can use this currency to get a random thing.
If they didn't have the real world money aspect, then it would be fine. If you could just earn those credits through the game and playing it, that would be fine. It's the fact that
so the first one being used, although I think the first one that changed was Rocket League, or one of the first ones to change was Rocket League, because in the Netherlands they had a bit of a debate. So now of course you don't buy loot boxes in Rocket League anymore. They got rid of those.
Yes, you just unlock them.
Yeah, you get blueprints, which are way more expensive, but at least you know what you're getting.
Yes. I have never paid for a blueprint.
No, only thing I paid for was a season pass.
I don't even pay for that. I don't play Rocket League enough.
I do pay enough to sort of warrant it, only because every time you complete a season pass, it pays for the next one.
If you don't spend the credits.
If you don't spend the credits, which I don't, because I'm like, I want the next season pass. Once again, cheapskate. If I just pay for one season pass, I get loads of stuff.
Fair.
Simple
I pay for them and then don't use them for Destiny.
Yeah, we're aware of that one.
Mad rush at the end to try and get as many levels as I can. But Diablo Immortal is the one that started all this controversy because it's the memed mobile game of the Diablo franchise that everyone hated because Diablo is a hardcore PC gaming market. And they went, but you have phones? Why don't you want to play this on your phone? And everyone hated them. And they really didn't like this announcement. And then, it's been... it won't launch in Belgium and the Netherlands because of its loot boxes. And apparently, if you want to get every item in the game, it will cost you $88,000.
That's insane.
Yep. Just by purchasing the items.
I'm so glad that the industry is shifting away from loot boxes.
Well, it's trying to hold on to it for as long as possible.
Well, there's very few games left that have it. Most other games have phased them out now. Call of Duty's phased them out. Destiny's got rid of them. Rocket League's got rid of them.
EA, Activision, Blizzard, and Valve have also been found to have breached the Belgian gambling laws. So they're in trouble. Yes, but EA has been in trouble with Belgium for ages because they just don't care. They're just like, well, fuck it, we'll just pay the fines.
Yeah, that's true, because FIFA still has it. It still has the loot boxes in FIFA Ultimate Team.
So, following a 5-month investigation into Star Wars Battlefront 2, FIFA 18, Overwatch, and Counter-Strike Global Offense, the BGC found that only Battlefront 2 did not directly contravene Belgium gambling legislation, which is surprising, because... Contravene? Is it contravene?
Contravene. I don't know what you're saying. What are you saying?
Contravene.
Sounds like contravene.
I'm going to say contravene.
Is contravene a word? Alexa, is contravene a word? That is not... Okay, my Alexa did not pick up my voice.
Well, that's good. So basically, violation of the gambling law is a criminal offence, and Electronic Arts, Valve, and Activision could each face a €800,000 fine if the offending loot boxes are not removed. There is also scope for a 5-year prison sentence, but these punishments can be doubled when minors are involved. So I don't know who's going to go to prison over that.
Yeah, although that report was in 2018.
Yes. And it's just like, because of the Diablo thing, we're just going to find other things. And Nintendo is to halt services of 2 mobile games in Belgium and amid loot box debacle. So it's just like, again, older news, but it just goes to show you how strict Belgium and the Netherlands are on loot boxing and everything like that. And it's all because
apparently the
Diablo
EU
basically...
are also going to put them under more scrutiny.
Yes.
Because at the minute, I believe it's just Belgium and Netherlands.
Oh yeah, we're going to try and crack down on it as well. I was looking at that earlier. I just couldn't find like a reliable one to post.
Yeah, so the EU are looking to ban all loot boxes. Or they're having a bit of debate.
And I think that will actually like proper take a...
Oh yeah, because where's FIFA's biggest market?
Europe.
Funny that, isn't it?
But that FIFA's no longer a thing, is it?
It doesn't matter. It's still loot boxes.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's
well,
not
the FIFA
FIFA.
23 is still a thing.
Yeah.
It's 24.
But it won't take place till 24.
Like EA soccer games or something.
EA Soccer Foot, man.
Something like that.
What is it called? It's like EA Sport.
EA Sports FC.
New
That's what it
FIFA
is.
name. EA Sports FC. Football Club.
Yeah.
Is that what FC stands for? Football Club?
Yeah, you do. But you also got AFC as well. Do you know what AFC stands for?
AFC.
Yeah.
American Football Club.
No, it's Association Football Club.
Oh.
And do you know what soccer is short for?
Soccer?
Yeah.
Socks.
No, association. It's because football, what we call, is actually called association football. And rugby is actually rugby football. And do you know, it's actually the English that shortened association football to soccer, not Americans.
Cool.
Yeah, fun facts. Dan fun fact. Those words did not go well.
That will be our new segment.
Dan's fun fact. There you go. That's a segment. That's a little teaser.
Yeah. Let's go to Sony, Dan.
Yeah, so Sony have had a state of play showing off their new games or new developments they're doing.
Yes. We basically got a look at Resident Evil 4 remaster. It's getting a VR mode as well for the PlayStation VR 2.
Yep. Horizon Forbidden West is getting a major update.
We got more gameplay and a bit more of a look at the VR game.
The big news that I thought was Spider-Man is coming to PC.
Yes, that's also a thing.
Which we talked about this, and I said it would happen, and you were like, no, it would never happen because Sony
It would have surprised me that Sony brought their prized Spider-Man to a platform that isn't their console. I never said it wouldn't happen. I'm dead set that they won't do is The Last of Us. Maybe the first one, but...
they're going to add it to PC. It's going to PC.
It will eventually.
Why
the
would
Spider-Man
Sony keep making games? Or keep making games consoles where they're losing money?
They don't lose money. They lose money on the console.
On consoles.
Yeah, on the console, but they make it back for the game. Yeah, but they make so much money on the apparently the PlayStation's also sold 20 million units or something like that.
Yeah, but I think that's a lot lower than they wanted. Mind you, the maximum they can possibly sell.
Hang on, I'll double check that. I think it's like PS5 sales.
They've also got Stray, which is about a stray cat.
Yes, which is coming to PlayStation Plus Extra, or the more expensive one.
Yes, and the most funny thing about Stray is you are a stray cat.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I'm going to play it.
Oh, the game looks good. It still would seem stupid to me.
No, I think that... Because I saw that before, and I was like, yeah, that looks fucking sick. Because you're just a little cat walking through a world full of robots. We also got to look at Street Fighter, the new Street Fighter, that everyone hated the logo for. But they've changed the logo, I think, from the looks of it, so people can't do it. There's also a new horror game called the Callisto Project, I think, which looks cool. I don't know if I'd ever play it. Oh, the Callisto Protocol, which is coming December 2nd, 2022.
There's a game called Tunic, which seems to be about... Well, I don't know what it's about, but it seems to be a action adventure game.
Yeah, it was on Xbox. It was like an exclusive for Xbox, and it's coming to PlayStation now.
Right, okay.
I think it's like one of the like indie things that Xbox scooped up, and then looks fun. And then we got to look at Final Fantasy, which
Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, which is just anime boys running around doing anime boy things with big anime
Final
swords.
Fantasy is it like no, it's not Mortal Kombat.
No, that's Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is just like a hack and slash open world big action anime, kind of like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it's weird to me how there's 16. Not gonna lie.
Oh, there's a lot more than 16. That's just mainline. Yeah, that's just mainline games. There's spin-offs. There's mobile games. There's other things. And there's like 0.5s and 0.1s and 0.2s. Like the Kingdom Hearts things technically are part of the Final Fantasy universe. So you got all of them.
There's so many. And then our final gaming news of the week is from Nintendo, where there's a new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer, which reveals new legendaries.
Yeah, they look dumb as hell. And also there's a pig called Lechonk, and the internet's fallen in love with him.
Really? Why?
Because it's a fat pig, and it's called Lechonk.
People don't fall in love with Clancy Wiggum.
They did fall in love with Chungus. Big Chungus.
That's true. Internet's a weird place.
Also, one of the Pokemon looks like a penis in its silhouette.
Okay. How did you find that out?
The Nintendo released the picture of the Pokemon, and I will send you the photo. Hang on.
Why are you doing this?
Because you don't believe me.
I'm not. At no point did I say I don't believe you. I said, why have they done this?
Well, I don't know. My God, it takes a while to find. Is it Violet? Is that the name? Fuck, where's the image? Oh, I'm gonna have to. There it is. Copy. Where are you? On Facebook. Loading. There we go. Paste. There you go. Tell me that does not look like a penis. The one on the right. That is from an official trailer.
I mean...
I'll also send you what they look like side by side from an actual side-on view. He's got jet legs, Dan. They look stupid. Also, I'll send you Lechonk.
Lechonk?
Yeah, I'll send you what Lechonk looks like.
Oh no, that actually looks worse. How does that look worse? The one you sent me.
There's Lechonk, by the way.
Or was that the pig?
Yeah, Lechonk is the pig.
Okay. Well,
everyone's fallen in love with Lechonk. I know you love Pokemon, Dan. I know it's your favorite franchise. I know you're going to play it. I know you're going to fall in love.
Do you know how you hate Rick and Morty because of the fan base?
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Pokemon.
All right.
Just so you can understand.
Yeah. Okay.
The fact Pokemon cards exist and make so much money just pisses me off.
Well, we'll get to card-based games in a moment, but...
Yeah, well, let's go on to the weird, wacky, wonderful / awful, rubbish, terrible, that's art, where we're going to talk about an edible burrito where there's tape that exists to solve a common food conundrum.
I love your way of wording that, because edible burrito is a null and mute point.
Edible burrito
tape exists to solve a common food problem or food conundrum is a title that makes more sense. You added words and mixed words around to make it not make sense.
I have a problem, alright? I don't know what the problem is, but I have a problem.
And I have dyslexia, and somehow I can read the sentences better.
I don't know why. It's just the words don't always make sense. My brain.
So essentially, engineering students at Johns Hopkins University solved the universal problem of a burrito malfunction. You know, that big problem when your tasty burrito begins to unravel, spilling your meal all over the place. The invention, called Taste Tape, is an edible adhesive for a burrito healing. Just get a strip wet and apply it to your troublesome meal. It holds together during baking and consumption, so there's endless applications. The students are filing for a patent and considering adding flavor options. Taste Tape is clear but dyed blue for demonstrated purposes. So you basically tape your burrito closed using
to be honest, it's
edible
pretty cool, but I've never had that problem.
Nah, I just hold my burrito closed.
Do you know, I've not had a burrito for so long.
Also, what's to stop it from just... I think... Because their way of doing it is just a small strip over the fold bit, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you do it along the fold and have it across the whole thing? Because that would make more sense to me.
Also, I have more problem with the bottom falls out rather than the top.
Well, you could tape that bottom bit.
Yeah,
depending on how long the tape is, you could have it go from, cover the fold, go around the bottom, and then cup it. Like a little
Imagine if you just
satchel.
have a tape reel. You know you got the sellotape reels. Imagine if you had a food tape reel.
Just
put it along the food.
And then when you're doing Christmas packaging, you can use it. And everyone gets really grossed out because you're Christmas packaging is rotting. But yeah, that was just a fun, weird thing that I saw.
That's pretty weird one. Well, there's been some other weird news where the Mona Lisa has been attacked by cake-throwing climate activists in a bizarre demonstration.
Yeah, dressed up as an old lady as well.
That's even weirder.
In a wheelchair. Don't worry, the Mona Lisa's fine because it was coated in a special material so you can just wipe it off and it doesn't actually affect the painting at all.
So what this person's done is likely to give themselves a prison sentence for no reason.
Yeah. Also,
it's almost like they're prepared for this.
So they first tried to smash the bulletproof glass and then they threw a cake at it. Which goes to beg the question, how shit is the security at the Mona Lisa museum?
I can't remember who it was. I think it's Nico Omolana. He hung a... Was it Nico Omolana or was it Max Fosh? It was one of the two. Huh?
What are you talking about?
One of the two YouTubers. I don't know which one it was, but they hung up a photo in the Mona Lisa room.
Right.
They literally just hung up a photo in the Louvre.
Right.
And then they just went around saying, oh, what do you think of this painting? And then no one took it down for like ages.
Right.
That's how bad the security is.
But yeah, apparently the Mona Lisa was stolen in 1911 by a museum employee and then damaged in an acid attack perpetrated by a vandal in 1950s. So, in 2009, a Russian woman who was angry at not being able to get a French citizenship threw a ceramic cup at it, smashing the cup but not harming the glass or the painting. So, yeah, the Louvre seems to just be terrible at, actually having security around this for, one of the most valuable art pieces in the world. So, there are people who are destroying the Earth. Think about it. Artists tell you, think of the Earth. That's why I did this, he said, without explaining why it should make Da Vinci's masterpiece a target for the news coverage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just funny because the guy was wearing an old woman get-up.
Well, while we're in I don't know why we're doing this section, but there's been the biggest news of the week has been the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial, where the internet has been going crazy for weeks. To be honest, they believed Johnny Depp before he even did anything.
Yeah, Johnny Depp could have been guilty and the internet still would have said no, he wasn't.
Yeah, although after watching the evidence, I strongly disagree with Amber Heard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I strongly agree with Johnny Depp, but I
don't think either of them have come out of this in a good light. I think she's come out a lot worse.
I think Johnny Depp's come out a lot better than
what he went in with. He's still not... he's fine.
Yeah, but compare it to what he went in with.
Yeah.
Where, about 70% of the internet thought he was good, and then 30% still thought he was a wife beater. Now it's about 98% think he's good.
No, I'm sure there's still people who think he's a wife beater.
Well, that's what I'm saying, 98%. It's a lot better than it was, but...
More like 90.
Yeah, so the jury found that Johnny Depp was defamed on all accounts.
Yes.
Which, for those who don't know what defamation means, there's sort of two criteria that must happen. It must be written by one person, and that statement must be directed at the other person. So in this case, Amber Heard had to have written it, and it had to be directed at Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
And the other case that has to happen is it has to be false. If the statement is true in any regards, then it's not defamation.
Yeah.
So by the jury finding it as defamation, it means they found that Johnny Depp did not do any domestic abuse directed towards Amber Heard, which is completely contradictory to what happened a few years ago in the Sun newspaper debate, where the Sun basically said what happened to Amber Heard must have been so traumatic, and completely went the opposite way and said Johnny Depp abused her on all accounts.
Well, Dan, what you're forgetting is it's the Sun.
Yes, the Sun is... I think my least favourite newspaper. I hate the Sun with every bone of my passion.
Well, they're all fucking shit.
I'm not. Those ones are, yes. You got
the Sun is only good for the boobs.
Page 3. Sun, page 3.
Page 3. But I think they got rid of it. And then,
it's not.
Yeah, but they got rid of it and then they brought it back because no one was buying their fucking newspaper.
Yeah, also, to be honest, the Sun have gotten away with multiple trials.
Oh, yeah. They just straight up lie about everything.
Yeah, and
isn't the Sun owned by Rupert Murdoch or something like that?
I don't know what, but I don't know about you, but I tend to find the most trustworthy newspapers tend to be the Independent or the Telegraph. Those are the ones I
The Sun is part of News Group newspaper, which is a subsidiary of News International. The company is owned by the News Corporation Group, headed by the world media tycoon Rupert Murdoch. So the guy who fucking ruined the media owns the Sun. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so what do you make of this? I mean, a lot of memes have come out of this case. Most notably, my dog stepped on a bee.
Yep. Look, I didn't follow it religiously like some people. I looked through probably more cynical eyes through both lenses. I think it's good for him because it kind of helps, I guess, men who are falsely accused get the light, and it kind of I don't know how because I imagine like there's two ways of viewing this that a lot of people are attacking Amber Heard, which I can't say I agree with, because all you're doing is a lot of people have valid points. She did a lot of horrible things, but then you're just basically doing the exact same thing to her.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you kind of undervalue your own point by doing that. And also people are like, it's just women lying, and I'm like, yeah, but there are women who aren't lying, and all you're doing is just making it harder for them.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I completely agree with you. I think in our culture prior to this case, there was, I think for trending, it was believe it or women, and that's quite dangerous, because if a couple just had a relationship and well,
this is what I hate about like the public opinion side of this, is because all domestic abuse things are different, because no one domestic abuse situation is the same.
Correct.
And so having one televised publicly that then determines what people's viewpoint of it, because it's like, that one, that Johnny Depp wasn't found guilty. Amber Heard was lying, so all women are lying, and Johnny Depp, all men aren't lying.
You're right, everything is different. However, I always believe in innocent until proven guilty.
Yes. I just don't think this should have been televised at all. That's my point. Like, it should have just... I just don't think the public should have been... like, so many courtrooms aren't publicly viewed for the exact reason is because you don't want public opinion, because the public doesn't know shit.
Or they're made for great entertainment. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but it's domestic abuse. It's not meant to be.
It shouldn't be, but it was entertaining.
I hate this cultural spin on like this shit. If this had been like an actual Johnny Depp was an abuser and it was actually found out that he was abusing, would people have been happy? Would people would have enjoyed it as much?
No, I think the only reason why people enjoyed it as much is because Amber Heard's case was a shambles.
Yeah.
Where the lawyers, I don't know what they were doing, but they were awful in so many ways.
Yeah, it's... But I'm just
things I still don't believe that Johnny Depp didn't do anything towards her. Mind you, she's got no proof.
But yeah,
that's what the jury found. There was actually no proof of Johnny Depp hitting her.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that she couldn't have. Well, there could be bits behind the scenes where she couldn't get proof, and then he did do something.
Yeah, I mean,
then they couldn't bring any of that. I'm not saying
Amber Heard did exaggerate.
It's objection hearsay. Blah blah blah. The meme.
Amber Heard exaggerated everything.
Yeah.
And that damaged the case. That made her not reliable in the end. And if anything was truthful, that would have just been buried at that point. So she caused her own problems.
Yeah. She tried to do she got terrible lawyers for one.
Yeah. I strongly do agree that Amber Heard did everything in a malicious way.
Yeah.
She wanted to get rid of Johnny Depp's career.
Yeah. But now she needs to go after Elon Musk's and we'll be fine.
Yeah. Although, actually, I think... Am I wrong by saying that Amber Heard has now been removed from Aquaman too?
No, she had her role substantially reduced. But from what I can tell, all of the people working on it really still like her and still want her in the movie, which doesn't make me like any of the cast much more. But what was it? She has to pay like $15 million to Johnny Depp now as well in damages.
Okay, but I think so that's not technically right. I've actually looked up this. Due to how the court did it, they ordered $10 million in compensation damages and $5 million in punitive damages. However, in the court in Virginia, a maximum of punitive damages is $350,000. So it's only $10.3 million. And Johnny Depp owes her $2 million because of a stupid comment his lawyer made. So she only has to pay him 8.35 million. However, her net worth is 8 million.
Yeah, there was also a thing with the net worth, like negative 6 million or something like that.
It's negative.
Like
it's negative 6 million now.
Yeah, like a network tracker or something. I'm guessing that's a meme thing.
I think that's a meme. I think it's
because you can't fully tell because like
no. Although I genuinely don't think she can pay it.
Nah,
I think she can't afford it.
She needs to go back to Elon Musk and say hello. Pay my things like you tried to pay off my charity donations.
That was so funny. Her charity donations once. that was the highlight of the whole court case.
Again, it shouldn't be a spectacle.
It shouldn't be, but it was the fact, like, I donated I pledged the entirety. We didn't donate it. No, that's incorrect. I pledged the entirety.
Yeah, I pledged all that money. Well, no, I pledged it.
But you didn't donate it.
But I pledged it.
Oh, that was good. That was a good one. But that's enough of that. So let's go on to Tech Time and Science Shenanigans, where we can meet the smallest ever remote-controlled walking robot.
Yeah, do you want bugs that are made of metal crawling on your skin?
It's happening. I'm telling you, robot uprisings now. They've now got robot insects.
Yeah. So, yeah, engineers have unveiled the smallest robot-controlled walking robot ever created, even tinier than a flea. The robotic crab can walk, bend, twist, turn, and jump, according to the engineers from Northwestern University in the US. The little machine isn't powered by miniaturized hardware and electronics, but instead by a shaped memory alloy material that transforms when it's heated. So I think they've had other ones similar to this, because you can't put a battery in something this small.
We've definitely covered this technology.
Well, we've covered the little slime blob thing.
Yeah, I remember that one.
So these are all just like things that are used like magnets or heating elements, because you can't fit a battery, so they need a different way of moving the components. So, yeah. The researchers used a scanned laser beam to rapidly heat the device at different locations across its body to make them transform and effectively force the robot to move. Yeah, it's just kind of cool. Like tiny little movable robots that are completely pointless, except maybe if you put them in the human body to take out things, and then people won't like that because they'll be like government bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you said, I don't know what application these would have. Maybe to disarm bombs.
Maybe. But you'd be firing a really hot laser into a bomb.
Yeah.
To heat the little arm so it could cut the wire. And it'd be like, why not just use the laser?
Because that would detonate it.
Just throw a magnet at it and then boom.
Job done.
Throw the magnet slime at it and just have that just go. Or just have the big magnet and then throw a fuck ton of the robot slime to encase the bomb. And then when it explodes, it just gets sucked back in because of the magnet slime.
Yes, and talk about slime. Facial recognition company Clearview AI has been fined for 7.5 million by using a illegally...
Why do you change the sentence?
I don't. I read it. That's what I read it as, and I realized I read it wrong.
You add words.
No, I get the words mixed up.
Yeah, but you added by. There's no by.
Honestly, I don't... It's because I read the words, right? And then the words don't make sense. And I'm like, I've got to change this because the words don't make sense.
That's because you don't read it properly.
Yeah, but the words, they move.
They don't.
They do. The words move around. Wrong. Facial recognition company Clearview AI is fined 7.5 million for legally using images of Britons.
You just say Brits, Dan. You don't need to add tons.
Leave me alone.
People don't say Britons. They say Brits or the English.
Say Britons.
That's too posh of you.
I am quite posh.
You Britons.
I am quite posh, to be honest with you.
Fuck off.
What do you mean?
But yeah, that's fun. If you ever used that, you got your face stolen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what this is.
It's one of those, I can't remember what it is, because I'll get it up. So the company is accused of illegally scraping 20 billion images of people's faces from the web without their knowledge or permission, and then using them to form a global facial recognition database. Clearview AI offers an app in which customers can use to upload a photograph of someone to try and identify them by checking them against its unlawful database.
Yeah, so I think the idea of it is that them to have a database of people's faces, and then they can sell their service to the government. So then, if they got a crime, they got a photo, they can match it up to their database and then get a match.
Yes.
And then these can also be used for sort of security methods. So if you're paying somebody, they have to show a face or whatever. But they've only obtained all these faces illegally.
Yeah.
And people have not given permission to be put into this database, which means it breaches GDPR laws and other stuff.
Yeah.
So they've been fined.
But I don't think people care, because people happily
Some
give their
people do.
faith. No, people don't.
No, people say they care, but they don't actually care. Because they'll do it. But then if they've been told, oh, people have got my data. Oh,
Like every now and again, you get that fucking face app thing where it's the old man filter or the young baby filter, and everyone loses their shit and goes and posts photos, and it's by some dodgy Russian website or dodgy Russian app or dodgy Chinese app, and everyone's like, "Oh, I don't care. I'll put my face."
But the government are putting a chip in us
Yeah,
to track us.
they don't need to. You're already being tracked. They don't need to do that. It's
People
such
don't
a
understand,
dumb-
do they?
No. The device you're yelling at us about the government tracking you on is tracking you. They don't need to track you any other way. Also, your life is not that interesting that they want to track you. You're not
No,
a drug dealer. But yeah, that's the news.
That is the news. So let's go on to recommend. Do you recommend don't? What have you watched or done this week that you would recommend?
I watched Bo Burnham's outtakes of Inside, because he released an hour-long YouTube thing on his outtakes. So it's got some new songs, some just behind-the-scenes looks at the process, different alternate versions of things that could have been in the show. It was good. It's still as high quality as Inside is.
Oh, that's good.
Even the outtakes are really high quality.
That sounds like Bo Burnham for you.
What else did I watch? Did you watch anything whilst I'm thinking?
I don't think I watched anything. What I have done today. Actually.
Oh, I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was the thing I watched.
Oh yes, that's something I recommended weeks ago.
Well, I was going to watch it. I was trying to watch it like 3 times, and then every time I had something happen.
Yes,
the first time
I summarize that film as a multiverse film done right.
So the first time I tried to watch it, it was at a screening after I watched Doctor Strange, because I didn't want to wait around for about 4 hours without watching something else in between. So I went and watched Doctor Strange, and then I felt really tired, and so I just decided, I'll watch it another day. It will come out at a convenient time when it properly releases, like wider release. And then I managed to book a screening, and I was like, yes, okay, I'll go do that one. And then I got an eye infection, and I couldn't watch it. And then I was going to go watch it again, and then I had friends decide to come stay around, and I couldn't. I had to go and stop watching it, and then I was literally walking to the cinema, and I had to turn around and go home because I had to let my friend in. And then I finally went and watched it like the day after, and I enjoyed it. It was fun.
It's a very strange film.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think it did the multiverse thing more interestingly than Doctor Strange, but I don't know whether or not. Yeah, it used the multiverse more, and it made more visually interesting style of the multiverse. I don't know if I said I don't know. I'd have to sit on it because I've watched Doctor Strange 3 times, and I did enjoy it a lot. I just don't think Doctor Strange is the greatest Marvel movie ever. So I'd have to sit on it. I think I did enjoy it a lot. I also watched The Guilty with Jake Gyllenhaal, which was a movie that came out last year where he's a police call hotline operator, and he gets a phone call from a woman who's been kidnapped or like abducted, and he's trying to get the process of getting her out of that situation, and there's twists and turns. He has to deal with the kids of that woman, like a 6-year-old and whatnot, being like he uses his thing to contact them so that he can find out things because the police are doing it really slowly, and he's trying to get as much help as he can. It's all right. I liked it. Jake Gyllenhaal can play assholes who you enjoy watching very well.
That's good.
And I don't know if that's him acting. I don't know, because he does Mysterio. He does like every character I've really ever watched him in is just this arsehole who's just really charming. Because he's the character he plays in what was it called? Ambulance, the Michael Bay movie that came out this year. He's also an arsehole, but really charming. So I just don't know if Jake Gyllenhaal is an arsehole, but is really charming.
I think he's a nice guy. It tends to be anyone who plays an arsehole is actually quite nice, and anyone who's quite nice.
Taylor Swift doesn't think that. Taylor Swift doesn't. Taylor Swift doesn't think that.
Well, she doesn't like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Well, she dated him, and as we all know, Taylor Swift writes songs about her exes and slashes them off. Yeah.
He was probably shake it off.
Tom Hiddleston also dated her.
Ooh, Taylor Swift?
Yeah, there's a picture of Tom Hiddleston wearing a I Love Taylor Swift shirt.
That doesn't mean he dated her.
No, he did date her. Because he was dating her, and he wore that shirt whilst dating her.
It's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. Cannot lie. This week I didn't watch anything, but I did do Destiny 2 raids for once. I actually completed 2 raids in the same day. Why are you showing me this photo? I don't... Okay, he loves Taylor Swift. Lovely. Thank you for telling... Yeah. Thank you for showing me this.
But he was dating Taylor Swift.
Yes, anyway, I did Destiny 2 raids today. I did some looking for groups where you go into a Discord server and you say, look, I'm willing to do a raid. Anyone want to join me? And people join each other. So the first group I did, it was a shambles. Everyone was shouting at each other.
Sounds about right.
So, yeah, it sounds exactly how you expect. I think it didn't help. It was set up by a kid because people have, and it was a kid who pretended he knew everything and wanted to do shortcuts with everything. So everyone got quite annoyed at him. I kind of just sat back and just witnessed the shit show. So that one, there's a lot of jokes about you're the reason I need therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once I die of alcohol poisoning, I will have it on my tombstone. You're the reason. Yeah, so that one wasn't so fun. But the second one where I did Deepstone Crypt, that was more fun. And there's a bunch of noobs on there, but it was all fun. So highly recommend doing some Destiny 2 raids with randoms. It's always an experience.
Cool.
But that is it. Thank you for listening.
Oh, I as we're on Destiny 2, I do not recommend the Solar subclass because they ruined it.
Only for Warlocks.
Yeah, they got rid of my fucking jump healing ability. It's shit.
Yeah, they did.
I can't fucking do anything. My whole entire strategy of playing that game has to change now, and I can't play it the way I normally play it.
Why can't you do jump healing?
It's not an ability I have. It's not. They took it away. Oh. Holding circle does nothing. It just makes you move slightly across in the air.
Is it not
an aspect? No.
Oh.
They just completely removed it. I can't. There's no option to find it. There's nothing. It's gone. It's not an ability anymore.
Well, that sucks to be you.
Yeah, because I had an entire strategy built around using my wings to hover in the air so I could get good headshots on people, and then as soon as I got shot at, just hold circle, drop down, heal, and boom, I'm safe. And I could just run around jump healing. So I could do.
Yeah,
I could do very
aggressive about warlocks in the raid. People were like, "Oh, is anyone here a warlock?" And people were like, "No, not in this economy."
But I could jump. It's so shit now. I don't like it. Bring it back. Give me my.
Well, Titans have now become
here.
unkillable, and hunters can do amazing damage.
Yeah.
And then warlocks are just look at this. I got a great grenade. Yay! Or great.
It's not even that good. It's all it is the split grenade that tracks things again, which isn't anything, and all your fucking punches is just fires projectiles out.
Yeah, because there's like 7 grenades. What are we on about?
Yeah, well, I haven't unlocked them yet.
Oh, you could core and buy them.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Just do that again.
I haven't done that yet.
Well, maybe it's a fragment you haven't unlocked. Healing.
It's not because I was hovering over all of them, and none of them are options because they're all grenades, aren't they, Dan?
No, but what about the fragments underneath? When you select 2 aspects, you get fragments.
Yeah, but it's not one of them. Unless you can add ones that aren't there.
Well, I
looked across all of it.
I'll have a look later for you.
It's not on there. And if it is, I want it back.
Thank you for listening. What did we do TBO last week? Our Phase 4. Yes. Check out our Phase 4 review kind of thing. What we've done, our summarizing of Marvel Phase 4. And we will see you next week for another episode of TFE.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.